tunes.
Hey, Brian Matthews, our trusty director, could you do that thing where you flip the camera so that Nina, Rod, and I can all see one? Oh, there we are. Whoa. Thank you.
Welcome to Sunrise Extra on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
What's your favorite season? We are asking that question because House Beautiful magazine, very well-known publication.
House Beautiful
magazine. They did a survey. Did they do the survey? Hold on.
Who did it?
Hold on.
Who did the survey?
Scroll for some answers.
Sponsored by Target.
Commissioned by One Polls. Okay, somebody did a survey of 2,000 Americans. 57% of them said fall is their favorite season by far. And 53 degrees is their perfect temperature.
The optimal temperature?
53 is the perfect temperature?
Of these 57%,
Yes.
of these 57%, they say 53 degrees is the temperature they prefer
Perfect
most.
fall temperature according to voters. The first 2 weeks of October, best time of the season.
Perfect fall temperature or perfect temperature period of all time?
Either or.
Who doesn't love a sunny 75-degree afternoon?
I think
Have you
they
ever
were
thought?
speaking specifically about fall.
Yeah,
yes.
because I've never thought it's 75 and sunny. Boy, I really wish it was 53 and sunny.
Right. And I would even say for fall, that's setting the bar a little low.
I would agree.
I am a fan of the fall. It is probably my favorite season. I don't quite know why. I can't really put my finger on exactly why I like the fall
Football?
best. I do like the football, but I like baseball too. I like baseball more, and that's summer, right? But anyways, the change of, maybe it's just that cool, I don't like summer so much. That's what it comes down to.
What?
Don't like summer.
I don't like when it gets too hot out. Like literally, when we get to August and we've seen like whatever the number of 100-degree days are, or 90-degree days. I know we don't get a lot of those, but whatever that number is, I'm thinking, man, I can't wait until these go away. And I want that cooler fall weather. I like opening up the windows again in the house.
Yeah, that's pleasant.
I like not having to worry about turning on the air condition at all. Like I don't really turn it on to begin with because I hate it. I hate
the AC?
I hate the way it makes the house feel. I hate that we're closed in, and I hate the bill that comes with
You need
the AC.
therapy, my friend.
So
Get
anyways,
through some therapy.
I'm working my way through this. I think I like the fall most of all because you can open up those windows and that cool air comes through, especially at nighttime. So if you're talking about a 53-degree day, now we're looking at nights in the low 40s. That to me is no good. I like a 61-degree day and a 55-degree night.
Very specific.
That's the window.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so as you're thinking about this, let me show you some comments we posted this morning on Facebook. The big question, what is your favorite season? I'm trying to...
There you go.
What's your favorite season? And
Summer!
I'm with you, Rod. I'm with you on summer. So some of the comments we've gotten so far, Dawn Fisher, yeah, fall is great. Beautiful colors, fewer allergies. I prefer it to be above 60 degrees, though. Martin says, nope, summer is my favorite season. I'm with you, Martin. Linda says, summer without the wildfires. Yeah. Joey Schmid, fall and summer. He's choosing two. Corey's going with summer as well. Debbie, spring. Novella, very cool name. She says she likes fall as well. George just likes hockey season. Hockey.
He shoots, he scores.
Yeah. Amber Wills, she likes winter of all things.
Winter.
So yeah, let us know. What do you guys think? 53 degrees.
Hey, Drew, by the way, today's high 63. The low this morning at the airport was 51. So today is your perfect fall day, my friend, according to what you said.
You better quit after this.
Darn close to it. Darn close to it, Rod. Again, I prefer 61 as the high and 55 for the low, but you're very close to those marks. Close. I understand. The winter deal, I'll tell you what. I enjoy the first. Winter usually arrives, what, Rod, on December the 21st?
Yeah, 21st, 22nd, varies.
So I like the first 10 to 12 days of winter. I like it all the way through like January 2nd.
Then you're tired of it.
Because it's the holidays.
Yeah, holiday season's great, right? One of the best times.
And then there's nothing to look forward to.
Yes, January to me is the absolute worst month of the year. Hands down, no questions asked.
So what about, and I know Nina has some more comments from our watchers, but what about the lack of daylight? You know, the number one thing I don't like about winter, I don't like what I refer to as the dark season.
Right.
You know, it gets dark around here at 4:30 by around the 1st of December, and I just don't like the really short daylight hours.
I'm weird like that too. Go ahead, Nina. Your thoughts on the dark season, as Rod likes to call it.
Rod and I have like strangely been on like the same wavelength ever since he's been back. I don't know if I just missed you, buddy, or what.
But distancing between you and I that's been forced, Nina, has been good for our relationship.
It really has. We've been
separation has somehow brought them together.
I know, but yeah, I'm with you on the summer. Fall just gives me anxiety. I like the clothes. I got like a carpet skirt on here this morning, you know, very fall-like. I like the clothes.
Did you say
I like the
carpet
decorations.
skirt?
You
It's
have
got-
to, can you stand on that chair and show up the carpet skirt or not?
I cannot
Carpet
stand on
skirt.
the chair.
You could you could also do it that way.
See?
You
It's
can
got
lower the
carpet
camera.
fringe.
That does look like carpet.
Very
You're right.
nice fall clothes. Loving that. Loving the boots. All of that kind of stuff. But it gives me anxiety because it means summer's over. We're going to have a long, wet, dark period. And I'm not excited about that. And I saw somebody else, Don Bartel, says, fall is the precursor to the season of death.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Sheesh, Dawn, I wasn't
Yeah.
going that far. She mourns summer and late spring. Totally with you.
See, okay, I'm going to go opposite on you again. I like it when the days start to get dark, as you say there, Rod.
Why?
Because for us, the sunrise shift, we get up in the ballpark of 2:30, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
So it's dark when you get up.
Well, I know it's going to be dark when you get up anyway, probably, you know, if you get up anytime around 5 o'clock or earlier. But I like the fact that the days are short on the back end so that we are closer to like a real bedtime.
it's easier
like the
to get to
house
bed.
is settling down in the fall and winter because it's dark outside.
So everyone else can be as miserable as we are.
Yeah, but in the summer when it's 9 o'clock and it's still sunny and I'm laying there in bed going, what am I doing with my life? That makes me depressed. I like the darkness of fall and winter.
I like showing the sky cams though. I like showing the sky cams during the sunrise show when you can see something.
Yeah.
And it's daylight.
Katie, what's up, Katie? She says, I agree, the darkness really gets me down. I try and get out and run on my lunch hour just to get as much daylight in as possible.
Good for her. Yeah.
You know, you do have to take alternative measures sometimes.
There's a sky cam. This is Wells Fargo. Partly cloudy skies. You see the rising sun trying to come up, and it's not going to come up until about 7:25, 7:26 this morning. But thank you, Director Brian.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, Sheila chimes in saying spring is her favorite with the flowers in bloom, and she also says she does like fall with the colorful trees. To me, it's a toss-up between one of those two, honestly. It's fall and then probably spring. I would put winter and summer in some sort of tie for third place. I think I just like the change of seasons. After the winter, I'm ready for spring. After the summer, I am ready for fall. I know you guys would like summer to extend for a lot longer. I'm usually done with it by July 6th.
What about traveling, though? I feel like in the summer, you throw some T-shirts, a pair of shorts, some flip-flops in the suitcase.
Light
you
traveling.
can stay somewhere for
Oh,
2
yeah.
months. But in the winter, if you're going away for 2 nights, you got the
multiple
sweaters,
bags.
the heavy
No, you're
pants,
right.
you got the big coat. It's like you need 3 suitcases.
Look at this.
Timberline Lodge this
you
morning.
guys.
This is a live
morning.
look, right?
Full
Yeah.
on snowing, covering the ground at Timberline
Yeah.
Lodge.
Right about
Woohoo.
32, 34 up there. Snow level's been 5,000 feet.
Is that the most snow that we've seen there?
I'm not certainly.
most covered?
We have not seen any more than that. It may be, Nina. It's close. We've had a couple mornings with the dusting, and that's going to be close to the most. You're right that we've seen.
I want to call out some YouTube watchers. I am watching you guys on YouTube. Abdra2 says fall colors are awesome. I prefer spring though. Brian Rock Rail Fan, he's one of our regulars. He says, hi everyone else. Good Wednesday morning to you. Paul Rivers says, not in Texas. You watching us from Texas, Paul? That's awesome. There's never fall in Texas. That's true. What do you have? Like summer and...
Well, I mean, actually, Texas is big. It kind of depends on where
Right.
you are.
Yeah.
In North Texas, they get all those ice storms in the wintertime.
I lived in Abilene, Texas for 15 months in my early TV career, and we had like winter-like weather in mid to late December, maybe early January. That was about it. Like it felt like winter there for like 3 weeks. But I remember we played a softball game in early February there, and I was like, wow, this is awesome. Like it was very, I won't say summer-like, but it was absolutely spring-like there in February for sure.
I mean, it could have been 80. Could have been.
Hey, we're hearing from a viewer who I know checked in a lot when we first started Sunrise Extra. I don't think I've seen
Who's
your
that?
name in a while, Bev Dixon, but Bev Dixon is back today.
Well, she's voting
What does
for
she
you
like?
this year,
What does she
apparently.
like?
She's voting for me. That's Jennifer Taft.
No, she says Bev Dixon, Drew 2020.
Oh, and then Jennifer Taft says Drew for Troutdale.
They're all voting for you.
But anyways, Bev Dixon says, spring as we come out of hibernation to see and hear new life. She says spring is like that scene in The Wizard of Oz when Dorothy opens the door and all of a sudden there are those bright, beautiful colors. She says spring is magical.
Spring is magical.
Incidentally, what age do you think is safe to show the young one Wizard of Oz?
Now,
You
she's
don't think
two.
those
What
monkeys
age?
and stuff are scary?
Now, You had to train them early to be
The
okay
wizard?
with those sort of images in movies.
I remember thinking The Wicked Witch was scary. I do. I remember that. This was just a couple years ago, but
I remember too. Like I remember like thinking certain parts of The Wizard of Oz were, I guess, a little unsettling as a young child. But it didn't set me back any, and I looked forward to seeing The Wizard of Oz the next. We've talked about this before on Sunrise Extra. I remember as a kid, Wizard of Oz being like an annual event on TV. CBS would put it on every February, once a year, and that was a big deal. And I always looked forward to it. I would see it in the TV guide. And I'm like, oh, next Sunday night, Wizard of Oz. I would if I was parenting
She's
your daughter.
3. You think that's fine?
I think it's absolutely fine.
Okay. I think she'll like it.
We just watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre with our 13-year-old
Are you
boys on
serious?
Saturday night.
and was it funny or scary to them?
We didn't watch the original from 1970, whatever, 72 or 3. We watched, there was a remake in like 2005
That's probably scarier.
with, who was Justin Timberlake's wife? Really don't know?
I know who you're talking about.
Thank you, producer Cassie saying Jessica Biel. You're right.
Oh, really?
Jessica Biel was the star of this remake.
All right.
And it was a lot. There was a couple of times where I fast forward. I said, "This is too much. It's over the
Gory.
top with the gore. We're moving along." But
What
yeah,
did they think? Were they covering their eyes?
yeah, a little bit. They're sort of. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but they're sort of okay with all of that.
Texas Chainsaw, but a sex scene comes on and it's,
Yeah, there was none of that. There was some improper language, I'll say up front, in that regard, but there was no even
I
close to
love
being any
hearing those
nudity, and there was no sort of sexual misbehavior.
okay, good.
There we go. All right, back to the viewers' comments, please. I met Bev Dixon, by the way, at the Washington Square Mall earlier this year.
You did?
It was the rare occasion where a Sunrise Extra viewer and Sunrise Extra host actually met in real time in a real place.
Wow.
It was
love
awesome.
that.
She was totally cool. Hi, Bev.
Mandy Hurley, so we said in this new survey out that says 57% of Americans prefer fall, and they pinpointed the exact temperature as 53 degrees as their favorite. Mandy Hurley says hers is 68 degrees. I remember a long time ago on this little show or whatever it is, we decided that 69 degrees set on the home thermostat was America's most favorite temperature. And she likes one tick lower than that,
Yeah.
68.
I'm with you. Once it gets to 70, I get a little nervous because I know that it means we could soon see 80. And that's when I hibernate.
Tony Cantu
nervous?
says 85 degrees is his perfect. I do love an 85.
Getting back to the Wizard of Oz, take this for what it's worth, Nina. Katie Abigail Bassett,
Yeah?
faithful Sunrise Extra viewer. Good morning, Katie. She says, I watched the Wizard of Oz. She remembers in school, it was like an assembly of some sort. A few classes got together. She was in first grade.
First grade. How
That's
old
a
are you
good
in
school
first
day.
grade? 7? 6, 7?
6,
Yeah,
7.
6, 7. Yeah.
So 3-year-old.
Why don't you? I mean, you're not going to walk out of the room.
Do you know
with
what
her,
we
right?
watched this past weekend though? That she is like obsessed with now is the Addams Family from like the 90s. Angelica Houston and Christina Ricci
Yes,
playing
Ricci.
Wednesday.
Oh,
She loved Thing. The hand, you know, that
yeah,
like
yeah.
runs around.
Yep.
So she, Mama, ting, ting, and she can't like say H, and she loved the hand. And at parts, I was just like, oh, I don't know, this is too scary. She loved it. So maybe Wizard of Oz is just fine. Who knows?
When we were debating which scary movie to watch on Saturday, I will tell you, I suggested Psycho 2. One time when we were in Hawaii a couple of years ago on a vacation, for some reason the original Psycho was on, and the boys started watching it, and they saw Psycho, the original. And then, you know, today that's kind of like
And that's just kind of
almost
suspense.
child's play.
Right.
Yeah.
Psycho 2, I remember, was a little scary. 1980s, the 25-year later sequel. And I remember seeing that movie in the theater. For some reason, my mother took me to see Psycho 2 when I was like 9 years old in the
Is there
movie
anyone
theater.
famous in it?
Anthony Perkins comes back and does his role. There is like Dennis Franz. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Way before he became famous, he was
Yeah.
in that movie.
Huh,
Yeah.
interesting. As like the cop?
Yes.
He's always the cop,
A
isn't he?
detective type.
Yeah.
Josh, did you read Joshua Madrid's comment?
Nope.
Autumn fashion, he says, in Portland is where it's at. It's all about being cozy without being overly burdened.
Yes, layers, very
Cozy
important.
Without being burdened. That sounds
Spring,
wonderful.
Joshua says, has a similar vibe. They're both the perfect balanced seasons without the extremes of summer and winter.
Yes.
That's very true.
Got the shirt, the sweater, and maybe a light jacket on top.
You've basically busted out the fall wardrobe now, Nina, right?
Yep.
We're not seeing the clothes from a month ago. We're now seeing the new
can't
clothes
have
that we'll
that.
see for the next few months.
Too freaking cold when you get in the car at 3:30 in the morning.
And Rod, you wear the same shirts, ties, and jackets all year round, like myself, correct?
Pretty much, yeah.
Jennifer Taft says, Drew, have your kids watch Stranger Things? Yes, they loved it.
We did watch all the season. They keep asking me, when is the new season coming out? Because at the beginning of 2020, it was supposed to show up later this year. But that's all been pushed
was
back.
it really?
Yeah. They talked about Stranger Things, I guess it would be the 4th season.
Yeah,
coming
I do
soon.
love Stranger Things. That's good. Wizard of Oz, and then what was my other one that I was going to maybe watch? Oh, we got a book, a children's book they make that's E.T., and it's all illustrated with little E.T. and the kid riding the bike, and, you know, very shortened and condensed version.
Elliot.
But yes, now she knows like Elliot and the little, you know, finger healer, and so I was like, oh, maybe E.T. And so I Googled like E.T., you know, age range watching, and people on there were like, I had my, I thought my 10-year-old, oh, no problem. But there are like all kinds of swear words and stuff in there. And
E.T.?
Yeah, there's in the very beginning of the movie, they're sitting around the
really.
kitchen table. We watched that when the boys were about 6. That was one of my favorite 6-year-old memories. Like I'm going to watch E.T., one of my favorite movies.
Scary.
I mean, I guess. They were not scared by it again, but the most disturbing part when you're watching that with the 6-year-old is at the beginning when one boy yells across the kitchen table to the other and calls him like a blank head.
Yeah.
And it's
That's
not the
what
worst
someone said.
kind of head, you could say, but it was a reference, the same kind of reference. See, it's a P word, blank head. And I thought, like, why did you have to say that, Steven Spielberg? Was that necessary?
I know people were on this forum were just like yelling about how could you do this? I'm like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
You
Then
didn't
we
care
moved
about
on.
it when you were a kid.
Hey, Rod, can you lean into your box there, the side closest to me? The side like, could you lean?
Wait, is it-
and like,
this
Klein,
way.
lean in, face
This
me.
way.
Face me.
Yes.
And I'll recreate a scene from
you
E.T. You know, not that far. I'll be right here.
Oh, yes. In your mind.
Yeah, remember he touched his head. He
hard.
touched Elliot's head. I'll be right
Sorry,
I do
you
remember
guys,
that,
things are
actually.
getting weird.
Yeah, all right.
Bonnie
Turn on your
Nesbitt
heart
says she
light.
likes spring the best when things start to turn green.
Yes, it is.
Bev Dixon says the best kind of fall movie, The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Still her
Love that.
favorite every year.
Yep.
What'd
you get, Charlie
weather.
Brown?
Everyone
Rocks.
talking about sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
I like sweaters. I'll be wearing some.
Sweater weather.
I do enjoy that. You know, in the wintertime, guys, I come in sometimes.
You got
and
some
just look at
Cosby
the V-neck sweaters I have. I like the V-neck sweater. I get too hot. in
Can
the
you
other
say Cosby sweater anymore?
You can, but why would you?
I don't know.
Well, it
those
really is
loud.
a
You're talking about the
specific
loud
knitting.
sweaters with all the different. I don't know, like what's what I'm
Texture.
looking for.
There's a lot of texture.
They had all the designs and stuff in them too. They were kind of busy. Loud,
When
kind of
Rod
busy
wears a
sweaters.
sweater, I'm reminded of Mr. Rogers, not Mr. Cosby.
Good.
Okay?
I can live with that.
Won't you be my neighbor, Rod? Won't you please?
Well, you know,
One of
I'm
my
not
favorite
crossing the
names.
Columbia River, but go ahead.
One of my favorite names on the Sunrise Extra stream, Susan Sorrell Lovelace. That flows beautifully, Susan. She says her favorite season is also autumn. I like that you call it autumn. Everyone goes with fall.
That's true.
But
Autumn.
you're going with autumn, Susan.
It is the autumnal equinox, by the way.
She says the sweater, the boots, the hot cocoa. Not a fan of the pumpkin spice, though. She says, and the fires in the wood stove just makes me happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do love real wood fires. Those are so nice.
Yep.
What is the forecast? I saw someone asking, what is the forecast for today, Rod?
Today, pretty nice. We had some showers scattered about. We have had already today, but generally the shower chance falls apart during the day. And I think overall, once we get into this afternoon, partly sunny, mainly dry. You're looking at radar right now. And temperatures up to about 63. So not a bad day. This is the final rain chance day at all. It's just some lingering showers and totally dry starting tomorrow. Yeah.
Thank you, Rodney. I have more comments from the viewers. A viewer who is not going to experience our weather because this viewer is watching from Panama.
Panama.
Oh, cool.
And it's a regular viewer, Renee
Probably used them
Robertson.
some
I was
fall
gonna
down
say,
there, right?
Heard that before.
She says it's 86 degrees right there right now, Rod. 94% humidity.
Yeah, that's
She calls it gross.
wow. So I wonder why they're living down there apparently for work or something.
That's pretty cool.
Renee, tell us your story. Why are you in
Yeah,
Panama?
why are you in Panama? We want to know. I find it interesting.
Panama.
Panama also reminds me, yes, of a Sunrise Extra topic from last week when we talked about Van Halen after the passing of Eddie Van Halen. That's a great Van Halen tune. Panama,
That was good.
Panama, ha, ho, ho, ha, ha.
Dawn Kimlinger, one of our usuals, she says, I live on a dirt road and driveway.
Oh.
And
So that means she likes it dry?
rain is annoying, but I know we need it. I put up with the dirty mud.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be annoying.
Stanford Walker checking in today saying
Stanford,
what
good
is
morning.
scary in October is a KGW Sunrise Extra without Brenda Braxton.
It is. She'll be
Fear
back
not.
tomorrow.
Yes, fear not. She
No
will return
worries.
tomorrow.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for chiming in. And I think, most people kind of agree. Fall, autumn, one of the best seasons. Some people spring. We will see you tomorrow.
Others say winter and some say summer.
Really all over the place. Bye.
All right.